I sorted out my framing. Kate, you're saying about how you couldn't get into the old Doctor Who episodes, and I'm a bit the same. Like, I started watching one of the ones with the 7th Doctor, and they just go on a bit long, and like it was in 4 different episodes, all 30 minutes or something like that, and I just thought it was a bit long for one episode, and it got boring partway through. But I do generally enjoy them. You also said about how you can get into Matt Smith because of David Tennant being so excellent. And Laura and I, when we saw the promos, like saying, this is what the Doctor's going to look like, we were like, what? He looks rubbish. But when we saw him, like, regenerate, we thought, actually, yeah, it's kind of cool. Looks a bit sort of like he's trying to be David Tennant, but we'll see how it goes on. And he is actually really good. I love him, and yeah. Ellie said about who was going to take over your day when you go on holiday. How long are you going on holiday for? Because if it's 1 week, then, you know, it's 1 day, so we probably won't bother. But it also depends on, you know, whether anyone's going on holiday during that, around about that time and stuff like that. So we'll think more of it closer to the time. Look at that rain, it's raining so hard. It doesn't even look like it's a rainy day because of April showers. And you're saying about that friend who was rubbish to you like every day, and I can really empathise with that because, oh, I know that feel. Okay, so this week's theme is what makes you who you are. I think it's down to the people you know and what you choose to do with your time, like your hobbies and stuff like that. But what your hobbies are generally influenced by who you know. Like if you know someone who enjoys music, you're more likely to get into music. If you know people who are into video games, you're more likely to get into video games, just because if they talk about it, then you're going to get interested in it and find out yourself if you enjoy it. Me, being a nerd, immediately thought of a Dumbledore quote, and the quote in the film and the quote in the book are slightly different, but the quote in the book has a character's name in it, and the quote in the film doesn't. So I'm going to use the film one. It's not our abilities, but our choices who make us who we truly are. So again, going back to what I was saying, whether you're good at music or video games doesn't make you who you are. It's whether you actually choose to play them or listen to it or whatever, depending on what it is. And to relate it back to Harry Potter again, it's not necessarily what house you're in, for instance, but which of the qualities you most see in yourself and how you use them. For instance, a Slytherin isn't always bad. After all, Merlin, the most famous wizard of all time, was a Slytherin. I found that out because I'm a Slytherin in Pottermore. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this only because Eddie said that I was going to, because I wasn't planning on doing that. I made an account. I was going to wait until after my Skype call with Ellie and once Laura was out of the room to get my wand and sorting. But they were both really excited about seeing what wand I had and what house I was in, so I decided to do it. But I was reading out the questions and they were both influencing me, like, they'd say, well, I wouldn't choose that because of this, this and this. Or I would choose that because of this, this and this. And actually at one point Laura actually said, choose intelligence. And I thought about the answers that I put to it and decided that wasn't really me. So I made a new account. And I got Slytherin this time. So how I feel is, I'm a Slytherin at heart, but when influenced I'm a Ravenclaw. Basically, I'm a bit of a hat stool. And on that bombshell, I leave you. This video is brought to you by Makeshift Tripod. I've got to mention, Ellie and I were talking about getting bracelets for each of us, so each of us has a certain bracelet that means like part of this group, and I thought that was an awesome idea. And Laura and I were in Claire's today, and she didn't know anything about mine and Ellie's conversation at this point, and she saw 2 sets of friendship bracelets, and she thought that they would be perfect for us because there were 5 in a set. One set looks a little like this, and the other set looks like this. So I was thinking we could get that, or here are 6 plain coloured rubber bands, and we could each have one, and I'd write your name on it, and you can stick stickers to it and stuff like that. That's seriously it now. Bye!